just put out her own shingle as a recruiter called Liquid Red. But most of the year, she's busy running the charity haunted house that she co-founded with her husband called Scare for a Cure. Woo! I'm sure you've heard of it.
Turn on the lights. They're off. So I'm super nervous, by the way. The reason why I agreed to do this is because I need some big help with my public speaking. So bear with me. I haven't done this in a while. So tonight I'm going to talk about using social media for your job hunt. Hopefully you'll walk away with some really great tips on how to expand your job search. A lot of people, even though we have the traditional, all the great tools like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, people still tend to use the traditional route of applying for jobs where you go and, go to the job boards like Kama Sutra or Creative Heads and you go to company websites, career sites, and look at all the jobs that are open, and then you find what you want to apply for, and then you polish your resume, and then you go and send it into the big black hole. Guess what? About 200 people just did the same thing for the same job. So tonight we're going to talk about how to use the social networking tools to kind of advance your search and separate yourself from the rest, because now more than ever, it's important to be different and to really stand out from all the other applicants that are out there. Not only are there a lot of unemployed professionals, I think last year there was like 1.5 million students that graduated. So there's a lot of competition out there. So how do you make it different? I'd like to start by advising, be real specific with your search, with what kind of job you want to apply for. Don't just throw your resume to whatever job you hope it sticks. Be very specific. Then I would suggest pick your top 5 companies that you'd like to work for whatever reason, if it's because it's local or because you met an executive producer at that company and thought, man, I'd like to work for that person, or you love the games that they are actually creating. For whatever reason, pick 5 companies, and then from there, instead of doing a company search, do a people search. Chances are, if you are really good about connecting with people on LinkedIn and Facebook, and you've got some really great connections, chances are you're going to be connected to somebody at that company. And if you are, then I would suggest that you contact them. Contact them directly. And don't just, send them a note and say, hey, there's a job, I want to apply. Get to know them first. Tell them that you're, well, first of all, do some really great research on the company, for sure. And then do some research on that person. And then introduce yourself to them and say, I'm really interested in working for your organization. I'm loving the games that you guys are working on. And be very casual and get to know them. And I wouldn't go in with a straight, I want to work for that position, or I want to work for your company and find that position. But go to like the third, email exchange, and then go, by the way, there's an environment artist position that's open. Can I send you my portfolio, and can you take a look at it and let me know if you think I can qualify for that job? Or maybe ask them to have a referral program that they could send your resume in. But regardless, the point is that you've kind of gone around that black hole and you've made an internal connection. And that's where you're going to kind of separate yourself from the others that are applying for the exact same role. Be proactive with your Twitter and your LinkedIn and your Facebook accounts. A lot of companies, I think it's like 1 out of 5 that are going to your profiles and looking at who you are before they decide that they're going to hire you. Personally, I use my Facebook as, my personal, stuff. I'm sure if you're my friend on Facebook, you get tired of, my husband there, let me know, here's a picture, you're like, we don't care anymore, but that's what I use my Facebook for. LinkedIn is totally professional. It's all about the positions that I'm working on, sure that your profiles are up to date, that you have all the information on your profiles, and all of the social networking tools that we use. Another way to be really innovative and cool and different, and this is the one I absolutely love as a recruiter, is the video resume. If you're okay in front of the camera, but if you're okay in front of the camera, I can't tell you how much I love getting these kind of resumes. I mean, I'm looking through LinkedIn, going through 100 profiles a day, and then I'm looking at resumes online, and when I get a video resume, I'm like, this is cool. Because in less than 2 minutes, you kind of get a feel for that person. You you know what they're looking for. They're creative, it's different, and I mean, it really captures my attention as a recruiter because it was so thinking outside the box. So if you have a chance and have access to any kind of video equipment, Skype, you can do it on Skype, but just get a video resume out there on YouTube. It really is kind of a cool way of separating yourself from the rest of everyone out there looking for a job. I hope that you guys in this room aren't one of those that says, I'm only connecting with people that I know, period. I'm not going to talk to anyone else. I'm not going to connect with anyone. That's really not the approach to use for social networking. I like to compare it to a virtual conference. If you were at a conference, you'd be exchanging cards and meeting as many people as you could. Think of social networking in the same level. Think of, you want to connect with as many people as possible because when you get out there and you say on Facebook, I just got laid off and I'm an environmental artist. I've seen it so many times where people just get these responses of all of these opportunities that are out there. So the more people you're connected to, the more opportunities that might come your way when you let people know what your situation is. 2 minutes? 3? Oh my gosh, it's hard to talk in 10 minutes, guys. What was I going to say? I think right now it's just important to embrace this new age of using the virtual resume, the social networking tools. They really are going to be to your advantage, and definitely you should try them. I think I'm done.
So, she thinks she was nervous. Really, I completely forgot something. Body stand up. This is Andrew Watson. He is your timekeeper for the evening. Be very aware of where he's sitting, and he has a very sophisticated way of letting you know how much time you have left by 2 minutes. Well, you have fingers, right? You're going to use that? And one. Right. So if you ever wonder if he doesn't have your fingers up, you have time.